Welcome. You want to know how to get US American Netflix in Australia? Then you found the right video. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that. Probably you already know, in the US Netflix media library, you have almost 3 times more movies compared to the Australian version and 3 times more TV shows compared to the Australian Netflix. So it makes sense to want to watch the US American Netflix in Australia. But also some things are not even available in the US, although the US Netflix has the biggest media library, but some movies and TV shows are only available in some other country Netflix. And by the way, this solution works no matter if you have an American Netflix account, an Australian Netflix account, or any other Netflix account. You can watch US Netflix in Australia or in any other country. And this solution works for Windows, Apple, iPhones, Android phones, tablets, and smart TVs, and so on and so on. So what's the problem? Probably you already experienced this. If you want to go to netflix.com, the US version, then it automatically redirects you here to the Australian country version. Because if you're unprotected on the internet, every website can see where exactly you are, and then Netflix automatically redirects you to the Australian version because they are officially only allowed to show you the Australian version. By the way, if you are in any other country where they don't speak English, then this page might be in a different language. And then below on the left, there's a setting where you can change the language to English, but then you still can only use the specific country version. And if I check my location, just go to show my IP, and here I can see I'm in Australia, in Perth at the moment. That's why Netflix shows me the Australian version, because they can see all this information. You can just Google show my IP or show my location. There are many websites doing this, but this is IP based. So the IP is the internet address. This is not GPS. So with this solution, you don't change your GPS location. There has been some confusions before, so that's why I'm mentioning it. The easiest solution is you go below my video, and I have a list with good virtual private network providers, basically a security service, but they also allow you to enter the internet in any country you want. You can click on show more to see the full list, or if you're on a tablet or mobile phone, you can click on the title to see the description, or there's an icon on the right below the video. Then you can see the list of service providers that allow you to watch Netflix in different countries. I use ExpressVPN. Here at the moment I'm connected to Perth, so even if you're in Australia, you might want to use this tool because it automatically encrypts your internet and makes it much safer. But then I can just choose a different location, and here there's a list of recommended locations, and here there's a list of all locations. So you can go by global region, but of course here we want to go to the Americas. And then here United States, but I would not recommend you to just click on United States like I did now, but click here on the arrow, and then you can choose between many different locations within the United States. Because if you only click on the United States, then you automatically choose the US New York location. And since most people do this one location is quite overused. So what I like to do is somewhere go in the middle of the list, and then I use Tampa. Now you can see it is reconnecting me. And that means my internet is fully encrypted and secure, and I'm entering the internet in Tampa now. So if I go back to this website where it shows me my internet address, now I'm reloading this page, and now as you can see, this is my new IP in the United States. Well, here it says Alabama. I'm not sure how precise this is, but for sure it's in the United States, and for Netflix, that's the important part. So if we go back to Netflix, I would encourage you, if you are already signed in Netflix in Australia, then you should sign out and preferably also delete your browsing history and your cookies. So there's no saved data in your browser from Netflix, and then you can just go to Netflix again. But I'm just to show you that I still have here the Australian Netflix web address, and I'm just going to reload. Now you can see here, now I have the netflix.com page without any country filter. So now I can use the US American Netflix version. And also maybe you noticed the background changed. Here you can see the Irishman. Before you saw different movies and TV shows. So I'm going to sign in. And now you can see I'm able to access American Netflix. My VPN is still connected to Tampa. Sometimes people write in the comments that it's not working anymore, but I think they just did not try any different locations. Yes, like one server location can be overwhelmed for some time, so just try a few others if it's not working somehow. And if you tested a few and it's still not working, ExpressVPN, for example, has a 24-hour port service, so you can contact them and ask if they can help you. But here you can see I can watch all the TV shows and movies. So let's explain this again, just in case you want a longer explanation. Any website you visit can see quite a lot about you. I showed you all the location information any website can see, and this is how Netflix basically sees where you are. Netflix has different movies and TV shows in the media library in different countries because media CEOs still buy and sell rights by country, and depending on who pays the most for a TV show or a movie, then this TV channel or streaming service has the rights to do that. It can happen that, for example, Friends now is not available in Netflix US anymore, but it is still available in Canada and in some other countries. And there are many other examples where some movies or TV shows are not available in one country, but they're still available in a different country. So it makes sense to use several Netflix versions. So basically you need a global internet service provider because your local internet service provider just logs you into the internet at the closest location, and everyone can see then that you are in this specific country. As I mentioned before, ExpressVPN is a service where you can choose where you want to enter the internet. They have software and apps for all devices. And the nice thing is that ExpressVPN has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you try it and it somehow doesn't work for you, you can get your money back, and you can use up to 5 devices at the same time. So you can use it on several devices at the same time or share it with friends and family, same as with your local internet. I'm not going to explain VPNs in detail. I have separate videos for this, but basically it's a privacy and safety technology which all companies basically use to keep their company data safe. But for private persons, it also makes sense because, for example, your router can save your internet history, your internet service provider can save your internet activity. Public Wi-Fi hotspots, hotel Wi-Fi hotspots can be dangerous, and in theory they can see what you're doing on the internet. Your company can see what you're doing if you're using their Wi-Fi, for example, on your phone. And then, of course, hackers and government agencies can also see what you're doing on the internet and punish you or steal from you, depending on which one. For most people, the most important part is to unblock the internet. You can access the internet in any country, so you can circumvent geo-blocking. Basically all TV channels nowadays, and Netflix, HBO, Hulu, and radio stations and so on, they use geo-blocking. But of course, a VPN encrypts all your data between your device and the server, and that can slow down your internet if you have a bad service. But with ExpressVPN I never really noticed much of a speed difference. And of course, if you are suddenly in a completely different location and anonymous, then you get critical security alerts. Let's say you watch the US Netflix using ExpressVPN and then you decide to access your Google account. Then you will get a critical security warning that someone in Tampa, Florida, or in Alabama tried to access your Google account. If you're already logged in, then you probably don't get a security warning, but you just have to be aware that yes, you changed your location, and Google usually keeps track from where you usually log in. And if you change your location, even if you take a flight somewhere, then usually you also get a security alert. I'm not aware of any free VPN which still works for Netflix and other premium services. And also there are a lot of dangers. If you don't believe me, just research it yourself. Free VPN dangers. There's a lot of info out there. And yes, there are a few safe free VPNs, but usually they are just bait offers. I think even now ExpressVPN might offer you a 30-day trial or something, but they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. In general, fast internet costs some money. You probably know that from your local internet service provider. The faster the speed, the more you have to pay. That's why I would recommend a premium VPN provider, because you have much better service, better software, faster speeds, many countries, no limits, and so on, and also a customer service in case you have any problems. As mentioned before, below in the description you find a list with recommended VPN providers. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and I hope now you know how to get US American Netflix in Australia. I showed you how easy it is, and here you have the proof that I can watch the US American Netflix using a VPN service. My favorite is ExpressVPN, so enjoy watching.